But I want to start off by talking about the big news that took place yesterday. President Joe Biden has announced that he's pardoning his son, Hunter Biden, who was facing sentencing this month for federal tax and gun convictions. He said, "Today I signed a pardon for my son, Hunter. It is a full and unconditional pardon. The official grant of clemency cannot be rescinded by President-elect Donald Trump." Now, the far right, they're losing their mind. They're going crazy. They're calling Joe Biden a liar. First of all, yes, Joe Biden has said over the years that he would not pardon his son, Hunter. There is a difference between changing your mind on something and lying. Example, when Donald Trump says he won the 2020 election, he knows he lost. He's lying, and he knows there's no evidence. When Joe Biden said that he wasn't going to pardon his son, he changed his mind. Now, why did he change his mind? Well, we'll get to that. Besides the fact that we're talking about his son, and I can go through all the crazies that Donald Trump pardoned, and the right MAGA morons didn't seem to have a problem with that. But I want to start with the right-wing rhetoric, and I want to start with Scott Jennings. So this is Scott Jennings on CNN this morning, and I want you to listen to his comments because he echoes from what a lot of these right-wing clowns say in calling Joe Biden a liar, and I don't want to hear anybody call Donald Trump a liar again. Listen to this fool.
Joe Biden is leaving office making the strongest possible case for Donald Trump that anybody could possibly make it, and that's that our government and our justice system is of, by, and for the elites and nobody else. He ran to banish Trumpism from our political system in this country, and he has left it politically and now institutionally the strongest possible political force in this country. It is a complete and utter failure by the head of the Democratic Party and the President of the United States. Never again do I want to hear, "Oh, Donald Trump's a liar. You can't believe anything he says. Donald Trump will abuse his power. Donald Trump will only use the system to benefit himself and his family," and so on and so forth. Never again. I have one question for Karen, and that is, why did he need an 11-year blanket pardon going back to 2014 when Joe Biden was the vice president? We are sitting on the biggest cover-up of who knows what crimes, and Joe Biden amazingly knows exactly, roughly, when it started. He knows just about when it all started. He's leaving office in complete and total disgrace. He is a liar, and there is no other way to spin this today. This has nothing to do with Trump and everything to do with the character of Joe Biden.
Scott Jennings is a scumbag liar. There is no cover-up of other crimes, and there's no evidence of that. Scott is a douchebag and a liar. That was already given. Number two, to answer Scott's stupid, condescending question as to why Joe Biden did this, well, I give you Kash Patel, who is going to be the next FBI director, who wanted to charge me $3,000 to come on this show. I have the screenshots to prove it. Listen to what Kash Patel said recently and what Kash Patel has been saying over the course of the last few months. He's going to be the next FBI director.
Produce that. The other thing we learned, Hunter Biden is guilty of violating the Foreign Agents Registration Act, FARA. Just like they charged Paul Manafort and others during the Trump administration, Hunter Biden was shown to have been in bed with criminals from the Ukraine and China to lobby the United States government through the laundering of money that Hunter Biden and Devon Archer received, and leveraging his relationship with his dad, Vice President Joe Biden. That is the definition of violating the Foreign Agents Registration Act. He didn't register. This DOJ should, of course, charge him. They won't, because they'll give him a pass and bury it with a Trump indictment. So I think that's where we need to focus. Why?
Kash Patel is going to be the next FBI director. In multiple interviews recently, he's talked about how he's going to go after Hunter Biden. Never will he go after any of Donald Trump's friends or Donald Trump's advisors, you name it. But Kash Patel has said time and time again, even as of recently, that he is going to be going after Hunter Biden. I think that's a pretty good reason for Joe Biden pardoning his son, don't you? But for all you right-wing turds out there, and that's exactly what you are, you MAGA right-wing pieces of human garbage is what you are. You didn't have anything to say when Donald Trump, for 4 years, pardoned 144 people. You didn't have anything to say about that, did you? When Trump issued pardons to 7 Republican congressmen convicted of serious crimes, including Chris Collins, Duncan Hunter, Steve Stockman, Rick Renzi, Robin Hayes, Mark Sigender, and Randall Duke Cunningham. You guys were absent from those pardons, weren't you? You didn't have a problem with that at all. Or how about the many wealthy individuals that paid tens of thousands of dollars to former advisors to Trump just to lobby them to grant pardons, bypassing the review process of the Office of the Pardon Attorney? That's right. Money was involved. Trump's former personal lawyer, John Dowd, was hired by a number of convicts to lobby Trump for clemency, taking advantage of his direct access to Trump's White House counsel's office. Matt Schlapp, or as I like to call him, Matt Schlong, the chairman of the American Conservative Union and a lobbyist close to the Trump administration, also lobbied Trump for clemency on behalf of their clients. And did Mark D. Cohen, another lobbyist allied with the administration. But where were all you MAGA turds then, huh? But let's talk about Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. Did you have a problem when back in 2020, Trump pardoned 4 Blackwater guards convicted of killing Iraqi civilians in 2007? Did you have a problem with that? Or how about white-collar criminals? Michael Milken and Bernard Kerik and daughter Ivanka's father-in-law, Charles Kushner. Did you have a problem with that, you MAGA turds? He also pardoned 5 people convicted as a result of investigations into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential elections. Did you have a problem with Michael Flynn? Or George Papadopoulos? Or Alex Vanderswan or Roger Stone, whose 40-month sentence for lying to Congress, witness tampering, and obstruction he had already commuted in July, and also Paul Manafort? Did you have a problem with any of those pardons from any of those scumbags? We're talking about tax evasion. We're talking about a gun charge. Didn't do anything with the gun, thank God, but he was illegally purchased. Illegally owned, for lack of a better term. Hunter Biden didn't harm anybody else but himself and struggled with drug addiction. But all you MAGA morons out there didn't have a problem with any of those pardons of the 144 of Donald Trump, all those scumbags, some of them murderers, by the way. He pardoned them. He profited off of it. We know that people around him profited off of these pardons. That's not what pardons should be about. It shouldn't be about people around you making money selling pardons. That's what Donald Trump did. And you have Kash Patel, who's done multiple interviews in the last 6 months talking about how he's going to go after Hunter Biden. And he's going to be the next director of the FBI. I don't blame Joe Biden for doing what he did. He's a loving father. He loves his son. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to make a different decision, especially when you have the next nutjob FBI director who said he's going to go after your son. So all you MAGA morons out there that have a problem with this, or the Scott Jennings douchebags of the world on CNN who's saying, I don't want to hear anybody say Donald Trump's abusing power ever again. You all can go to hell. Shove it up your ass. You guys are the biggest hypocrites in the world. You won't criticize Donald Trump for anything, but God forbid if a loving father pardons his son because he learns the next nutjob FBI director is going to target his son, you think that's the worst thing in the world and the sky is falling. Screw you.